you want to practice on the clock, you're welcome to. Good evening and welcome to the Summit Activity Center where the Yankton Gazelles are getting ready to do battle with the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. Right now what you see on your screen is JV action between the Rough Riders and the Gazelles. And the Riders currently lead 5-4. With that rebound coming down into the hands of Isabel Sheldon. Sheldon at 5'9", looks maybe a little bit taller, but player that I think can have some real ability. With Trenton Rolston, I'm Michael Schumacher, and I forgot I will be running the camera for now for this. Katie Logston will be joining us here in a little bit for the varsity action, but you're joining us on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Due to USD being on Classic Hits, both Yankton games are on Yankton streaming. Zach Spear will have the call starting about 7 o'clock, 6:30 pregame for the Yankton Bucks as they are in Sioux Falls to take on Roosevelt, just one of the top teams in the state. There's a pass by shot attempt there down low. By Kennedy Muth, I think, honestly. Shot up and no good. Rebound into the hands of Sioux Falls Roosevelt. So again, 5-4. Roosevelt leads with 3:36 to go here in period number 1. And there will be a foul. First free throw is no good. Second free throw is up and good, making it 6-4 in favor of Roosevelt. Out of bounds, ball will stay with Yankton. That shot, no good. Rebound, Yankton. That ball's in back into the hands of Yankton. Shot rolls around the rim. No good. As Roosevelt drives the baseline, up and under. Nice defense there by Yankton. There by Kennedy Muth. Just going by the numbers I have here, I apologize if these are inaccurate. As there's a steal by Sioux Falls Roosevelt, up and in from the left side. Makes the score 8-4 in favor of Roosevelt. As you can hear, the Roosevelt crowd out there, or the bench, I should say, really getting into it. Down low on the block. Savannah Becker driving in. It's Kinley Wells. Up and in, makes it 8-6 in favor of the Rough Riders. Here in this sophomore matchup. So with a minute 54 to go in quarter number 1 of the sophomore matchup, Roosevelt leads Yankton 8-6. So again, sophomore matchup, a steal there by Roosevelt leads to a 10-6 lead, and Coach Jill Muth wants to take a timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Again, Yankton basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. With Trenton Rolston, I'm Michael Schumacher. And Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway. As we are in the first quarter of the sophomore game, there's a nice short little jumper there by Isabel Sheldon. Makes the score 10-8 Roosevelt. Good defense there by Miley Wustewald. And Izzy Forseth takes the shot from the baseline. No good. That'll be out of bounds off of Roosevelt. Looks like off of Emily Sternke, a 5'8 junior guard for this Roosevelt team. So inbounding for Yankton will be number 5, Kinley Wells. Kinley, a 5'11 freshman. She plays really well, so looking for some development out of her. Little turnaround jumper up and in. Nice job there by Kennedy Muth. That ties it up at 10, as Roosevelt does get the ball across. And more defense there by Muth as well. That block was rebounded by Roosevelt. Shot up and in for Roosevelt. That is Nashia Jones, a 5'6 sophomore guard. But Abigail Shaw, unsuccessful on the baseline jumper. 3-point attempt there for Roosevelt. Off the iron, and that will be it for the first quarter. After 1 quarter play, it's 12-8 in favor of Roosevelt on the Fox Stop Yankton scoreboard. Again, the Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street in Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages, pay at the pump gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. This is Gazelle Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank with Trenton Rolston. I'm Michael Schumacher on Yankton Streaming. We'll be back after this message.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Welcome back To Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank as we enter the second quarter of the sophomore game. Roosevelt begins with possession. That'll be out of bounds off of Yankton. Good defense there by Yankton's Isabel Sheldon. Sheldon and Wells looking really athletic out there. You like that idea. And there's a steal off the inbound pass. That's by Kenley Vandertweek. In the paint, unsuccessful, but rebound to Yankton. And that is stolen away by number 31, Miley Mitlegard. As Roosevelt brings the ball down. Kicks it up to Nishia Jones. And great defense there for Yankton on behalf of Jaslyn Romero, I believe. As that jump ball called a foul. I'm not quite sure. As Roosevelt tries to get down low to Jones. That is well defended out there by Yankton. Looks like Romero again. But stolen right back by Sioux Falls Roosevelt. As Shia Jones brings the ball up, cuts through the baseline, up at the top of the key. Shot attempt off the iron. Rebound for Yankton by Abigail Shaw, I believe. Yeah, down low to Isabel Sheldon. Back out. Long three-point attempt just off the front iron. As that will be a foul on the drive on the baseline. Ava Smith drove in. I believe that foul will be on Kennedy Muth. So Muth with her first personals. It's 12-10 in favor of Roosevelt here in the second with 5:42 to go. First free throw, no good by Mitlegard. Goes to shoot her second now. Free throw is up. And that rattles in and out, but rebound Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Unsuccessful jump ball on that one, or a tie-up, so no travel there. Nashia Jones moves to the left, gets it down. They kick it back out to Mitlegard. And that shot's up and no good. And Romero rips the rebound away. Fast break. She has numbers, gets past Jones, up and in for Jaslyn Romero. Makes it 12-12. And that's going to be a timeout taken by Sioux Falls Roosevelt. And we'll take a timeout as well. Timeouts are brought to you by the Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll be back right after this.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelle basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank with Trenton Rolston. I'm Michael Schumacher. Again, Yankton Gazelle basketball on Yankton streaming on YouTube. USD basketball is on Classic Hits 106.3. Last night, the USD men had a nice victory over Kansas City. Women hoping to get a victory tonight. And that pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off at 7 on Classic Hits 106.3. Again, Zach Spear, Jaslyn Romero with the steal on the loose ball. Drives in again. Nice move up and in. And Yankton has their lead at 14-12. First time they've led since it was 4-3, I believe. Roosevelt moves the ball around. But again, Yankton, Zach Spear will be on the call from Roosevelt. That game, again, will start at 7 o'clock with the 6:30 pregame. And so that'll be exclusively here on Yankton streaming as well. This looks like checking in for Yankton. You have Savannah Becker out there. Jaslyn Romero. I think Abigail Shaw. Kennedy Muth. And I believe Allison Intveld. So Romero brings the ball up. Man, she's been having herself a first half. You got to love what you see from Jaslyn Romero. And Romero, I mean, if I'm looking at the right stats, if I'm looking at the right sheet, she's the only 33 in the JV sophomore or freshman, just an 8th grader. Man, if you're a Yankton fan, you have to love what you're seeing from Jaslyn Romero. First free throw is short for Savannah Becker. As with 4:15 to go here in quarter number 2 of this sophomore game, Yankton leads 14-12. That foul on Roosevelt was on number 31, Miley Meligard. She misses both, but Yankton does get the rebound. As Romero has the ball now on the left wing, drives in, and goes all the way to the bucket, making it 16-12. Again, this is my first chance of seeing much of this sophomore freshman action. And boy, Jaslyn Romero, one of those players that you're going to be excited about seeing in the future. Again, I'm assuming she's the only 33 I see on here. So, as Nashia Jones drives in, kicks it out, that's knocked away by Yankton, but recovered by Roosevelt. Oh! That pass is stolen away by Roosevelt and in for an easy 2, making it 16-14, Rough Riders. So again, what you love to see in these JV sophomore and freshman games are the development. It's the development in the players that you can see a lot of raw talent. I'm saying, if you're a Gazelles fan, there's a lot out there. I'm talking Jaslyn Romero, Kennedy Muth, Isabel Sheldon. Those are just 3 names that I'm looking at right now. 8th grader, and sophomore that have to have you really, really excited. So, future is bright for Gazelles athletics as they do get the ball out to Romero at the top of the key. Drives on the right side, tries to drive baseline. She's met there by Nashia Jones. And the pass into Savannah Becker, she cannot handle it. So that is back over to Roosevelt. That's going to be a double dribble on Nashia Jones, though, so they turn it right back over with 2:55 to go here in the second quarter of this sophomore game. So checking out is Romero. So checking in is Kenley Vandertweeg. Up with the left hand, no good, but it looks like there's going to be a foul called as Isabel Sheldon went into the paint. And I believe that's going to be on 31 again. Yes, Miley Meligard. That'll be her 3rd personal, the 5'8" freshman. Sheldon misses the first free throw. Here's the second free throw. That is good. Makes it 17-14 in favor of the Yankton sophomores again. Just a lot of talent out here for these young Gazelles that you can see hitting the court here in the coming years. And there's a nice little pull-up jumper for Izzy Forseth. 18-16 in favor of Yankton. Down low. And Savannah Becker loses control of it. So that jump ball will turn the ball back over to Roosevelt with 2:16 to go in quarter number 2. Jaslyn Romero checks back in. As Jones looks to try to get the ball in. Does get it in. Maybe to Jaslyn Smith. Roosevelt goes down low, up and in, and that is a bucket for the Riders to tie it up at 18. Short little jumper just off the back iron. Rebound to Forseth. As Nashia Jones will bring the ball up, gets it across midcourt. Again, 1:37 to go in quarter number 2 of this sophomore game. Jumper is off the back iron. But a hustle rebound there for Forseth. As Jones and the offense will now reset for the Rough Riders. Welcome back to Yankton Gazelle basketball. As this is the sophomore game, the final 32 seconds, Yankton leads 20-18. Make that 20-20 now. It's tied as Roosevelt hits a jumper. So shot clock is off. Jaslyn Romero gets the ball in. Miley Osterwald goes up. Gets it into, I think that was Isabel Sheldon or Kennedy Muth. 22-20, Yankton with the lead here as we get ready for half. Bank shot by Roosevelt, no good. Muth with the rebound. Romero pushing it up. 3, 2, half-court shot. Oh, that is no good. A nice try by Romero. She had herself a great first half. And we'll be back with our halftime brought to you by Vacher and Yankton. Define the world's future. Vacher electronic components bring to life the world's most important products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vacher, building the DNA of tech.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
My name is Len Peterson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I think a big difference that Elkhorn Valley Bank offers customers is a quick turnaround in loan decision. We try to make a quick and accurate decision for our customers so they can get quick answers and run their businesses as smoothly as they can. A community banker builds a relationship, plain and simple. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. With Trenton Rolston, I'm Michael Schumacher, as we get ready to bring you the Yankton Gazelles and the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders, and what should be a great matchup. Yankton 3-3 in their last 6 games, looking to go 4-3 and improve their seed point standings, as this is all part of our halftime show / pregame show, brought to you by Anytime Fitness in Yankton. Anytime Fitness. Let's make healthy happen. Now, I'm going to tell you, Anytime Fitness has been where I've been going for a while, and you're like, well, Mike, you're fat. Well, I'm not as fat as I used to be. I'm less fat. So if you want to be a future former fatso like me, Anytime Fitness is amazing. What I love is they really mean they're open at any time. Now, if you say, well, how much weight have you lost? Well, this time around, since my peak, I have lost 300 pounds. So 300 pounds down right now. So exciting. I'm able to, go on, do stairs and stand and stuff like that. So exciting for that. So Anytime Fitness has been a big part of that. So let me tell you, like tonight, after this game, I had to work all day, came here, got set up. So I'll be able to go home, have supper, let it digest, and then go to the gym and do my late night gym jam at Anytime Fitness. So that's the beauty of it being anytime. If I can't sleep in the middle of the night, I don't need to get up and graze. I can get up and go to the gym. I can get up early and go to the gym. It's open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You have that key fob. You have it on your phone, whatever it might be. So Anytime Fitness, when they say anytime, they mean anytime. So we are proud to have them as a pregame sponsor. Of course, our corporate sponsor is First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway in Yankton. And just a reminder, highlights. Zach would usually have highlights. I don't think we have those today. At least he did not give me any. But highlights are brought to you by Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. And I can attest, just ordered new flooring for my kitchen, dining area. And where did I go? I went to Larson Carpet. So Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. So we want to thank them for being a sponsor of our highlights. And our replay, if Trenton is able to do replay, we'll try. Trenton's learning. Trenton is through a cooperative effort with Ability Building Services in Yankton. So we're so proud to be working with Ability Building Services because Trenton wants to eventually be an announcer. And we're going to work on getting him on the mic a little bit too. So we're going to try to get some replays, but any replays that we have, or even if I just say it, they're brought to you by Yankton Nelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. And the Thunkers have owned that for quite a while. So I knew Dale before Brian. So yeah, just an amazing family. So glad to have Yankton Nelson on with us as well. And again, also, the Fox Stop Yankton, our scoreboard sponsor. So we're just about ready for the second half of this sophomore game. So we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, and when we come back, we'll be ready for some sophomore action. The future Gazelles in action. This is Yankton Gazelles basketball on Yankton Streaming on YouTube, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
For whatever plumbing needs that come your way, trust your local guys at Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton. Leaky faucets, boilers, or anything in between. Rest assured, it'll get done the right way. Looking for new plumbing? You got it. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating takes care of residential and commercial, from houses to hospitals to banks. Pfeiffer Plumbing and Heating of Yankton takes away the stress and provides great results. Locally owned and operated, and proud to support Yankton Athletics.
Welcome back to the Summit. I'm Michael Schumacher with Trenton Rolston. Katie Logston will be joining us here shortly. And of course, we are on Yankton Streaming only tonight because the USD men, or USD women, are on Classic Hits, and the Vermilion Tanagers are a doubleheader tonight against Gayville Volland. They are on Fox Sports Radio. So glad you're joining us as we start here. Roosevelt starts with possession. Yankton did get a stop, but Roosevelt with the steal. Putback is up and good, and they have tied it up at 22 on the Fox Stop scoreboard. Again, the Fox Stop, they're also a sponsor of my Bucks Banters and Gazelles Gab, so we want to thank Grotenhuises and the Fox Stop for their support. As checking out for Yankton is number 5, Kinley Wells. Checking in is number 30, Mattia Olsen, I believe. Again, you're never quite sure, just because I'm pretty sure it's the only 30 that I'm seeing that isn't Olivia Woods, and I know it's not Olivia. So, all right, so that will be a foul. And going to the line to shoot 2 is Savannah Becker. First free throw up and good. Yankton retakes the lead, 23-22. Becker's second free throw rattles in and out, but that's going to be out of bounds off of Roosevelt. So Yankton will retain possession as they are at the free throw line. At the baseline, they'll be inbounding. Did you see the Yankton band getting ready to warm up over there? As they get that ball up top to Ms. Muth, Kennedy Muth. There's a three-point attempt. Oh, that hit every part of the rim except Muth gets the rebound and the putback for the easy 2. Muth playing a really nice game out there as Yankton now has a 25-22 lead. That ball is through the hands of Roosevelt. Yankton gets possession, coming back, moving right to left. Muth up with the right hand. Ooh, just left it short. That'll be a jump ball. That should stay with Yankton. The Yankton will inbound along the baseline at their own basket. Again, Yankton moving right to left in those white uniforms with red numbers, letters, and black trim. Oh. Okay, nope, they're giving it to Roosevelt. I must have missed a possession change there. So Roosevelt bring the ball up. And that pass is a little too low. As Jaslyn Smith left that just a little too low. So Yankton will inbound. Nice three-pointer there. So I'm pretty sure that the only 23 I have, I'm pretty sure that's J.D. Kindle. Kindle, an 8th grader. Nice, sweet shot. Nothing but net on that one to give Yankton a 28-22 lead here in the third quarter of this sophomore matchup, where you see the best and the brightest coming up for the Yankton Gazelles. Hello. As Mr. Dandenbring walks by, truly one of my daughter's favorite teachers when she was here. Of course, Leela down in North Carolina now. Here's Yankton with possession. Oh, and they hit a cutting Kindle. Kindle loses control, though. That is going back the other way. And that shot rebounded there by Roosevelt, and a foul on the putback attempt. Shot's no good, as Muth will foul Izzy Forseth. So Forseth will go to the line to shoot 2. With Yankton leading 28-22 in this sophomore matchup, 5:30 to go in the third quarter. That first free throw rattles in, rattles out, and rattles back in for Forseth. Makes it 28-23. Checking in for Yankton, Miley Woosterwald. Checking out, Kenley Vandertweek. And that one's nothing but net for Forseth. So 28-24 now. Yankton leads Roosevelt in this sophomore game. Nice recovery by Yankton. That's going to be a foul on the loose ball. And that's going to be a foul on number 33, Izzy Forseth. So Yankton to inbound. That's Mathia Olsen with the ball. To get it down low. Nice up and under. Unable to connect for Kindle, but fouled on the shot. So checking in for Roosevelt, number 21. Sadia Gayate. And I hope I'm not butchering that too badly. I apologize if I am. As Kindle hits her first free throw, making it 29-24 in favor of the Gazelles. Kindle's second free throw just off the back iron. Rebound by Gayate. As Roosevelt will now bring the ball up. Nice move, but unable to connect is Roosevelt. That was Nashia Jones. Rebound Yankton, bringing it back up and off the iron. Rebound into the hands of Allison Infeld. Oh, nice defense there by Roosevelt. Takes it all the way, unable to connect though. Rebound Yankton. And that will be a jump ball. I believe that one will favor. Nope, that'll favor Roosevelt. So checking out for Yankton, Muth and Intfeld. Checking in Savannah Becker. There's Roosevelt with the ball. Jones gets it over, swings it over to the left side to Jazelyn Smith. And they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. So that'll be turnover to Yankton. 4:04 to go in quarter number 3. Yankton leads 29-24. They led 22-20 at the half. Kindle with the ball on the left wing. Gets it down low, up with the left hand, no good. Rebound and the putback, up and in. I believe that. Yeah, J.D. Kindle with that. Here's Roosevelt down low. Jaslyn Smith drives left, up with the left hand, off the backboard. Rebound into the hands of Yankton and Miley Wusterwald. So Kindle hands it off, and that is a nice dribble drive penetration by Mathia Olson. And Roosevelt wants to take a timeout, so we'll take a timeout with them. Our timeout's brought to you by Lindsay Ecosystem. It's Lindsay Ecosystem Lindsay Eco Water System Water Break. Locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt and reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Eco Water Systems of Yankton.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to the Summit Center on the campus of Yankton High School. I'm Michael Schumacher with Trenton Rolston as we're bringing you Yankton Gazelles. Right now we're in the middle of the sophomore game as Yankton currently leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 33-24. And you're seeing a lot of great young talent out there for the Gazelles. Kennedy Muth, one of them, Jaslyn Romero, Mathia Olson, J.D. Kindle, Isabel Sheldon. Just a lot of young talent to be excited about if you are a Gazelles fan. So coming out of that Lindsay Eco Water Systems timeout, Roosevelt will inbound along the baseline under the Yankton basket. Three-point attempt there. That is short. Did not hit rim, but a rebound, hustle rebound there for Roosevelt. To kick it out, long three-pointer just off the front iron for Jaslyn Smith. And that'll be out of bounds off of Roosevelt, so Yankton will inbound. And Mathia Olson will bring the ball up. As that pass down low off of Roosevelt, so that will stay with Yankton. As Savannah Becker made that pass down low. Out there for Yankton, you also have Kenley Vandertweeg. Three-pointer from the corner, no good for J.D. Kindle. As Roosevelt up with the shot. Looks like there might be a foul on the shot, though. I think she got hit in the face during the shot. And that's going to be on Savannah Becker. So checking back in for Yankton will be Miley Wusterwald. Roosevelt does inbound the ball, and that was Savannah Becker's first personal. As that will be an over and back, was not touched by Yankton. So that'll turn the ball back over to the Gazelles. With 2:17 to go here in the third quarter of this sophomore matchup, Yankton leads 33-24 as Miley Wusterwald has the ball. And recovers after having it knocked away by Nashia Jones. Becker loses control in the paint, but they are going to say she was fouled. I believe they'll call that foul on Izzy Forseth. Yep, that'll be Izzy Forseth called for the foul there. And that'll be her third personal. And the first free throw for Savannah Becker is up and good. Now 34-24, 10-point lead for Yankton with 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. As Kenley Vandertweeg checks out. Checking in is Allison Intveld. And now it's an 11-point lead for this sophomore Gazelles team. And again, if you're looking at what's out there for Yankton, a lot of excitement to be had, a lot of athleticism out there, some length, 5'7", 5'8", 5'9". Ball handling skills. It's an exciting time to be a Gazelles fan. As he gets down low to Becker. Nice pass there from Kennedy Muth. Make it 37-24. Yankton with a bit of a light full court press. Nishia Jones breaks through that, though. She's a pretty good ball handler. But that pass down low is just out of the outstretched arms of Sadia Gayate. And so that turnover will give the ball back to Yankton. Again, this is just preparation for what should be a really nice matchup tonight, where Yankton going for their 4th win in their last 7 games, 5th win of the season. Oh, and Muth lands awkwardly. Not sure if she's hurt or just... nope, I think she's okay. Just landed awkwardly, slipped, fell, so a traveling call. We'll turn the ball over to Roosevelt with 1:08 to go in quarter number 3 of this sophomore matchup. Again, thank you for joining us on Yankton Streaming on YouTube. Zach Spear will be on the call. Nice steal there by Mathia. Up and in with the left hand for Mathia Olson. Just an 8th grader, but good defense there. Makes it 39-24. Yankton led 22-20 at the half. So Yankton has outscored Roosevelt 17-4 in this quarter. So nice job offensively and defensively by the Gazelles. And again, that's the value of these JV freshman sophomore matchups. It's development time, but you're seeing a lot of girls that you're going to see as varsity next year, I think. And maybe not a ton. You might not see a ton just because Yankton doesn't graduate a huge number, but you're going to see them at that JV level. I think there are only a few seniors for this Yankton team, such as Kelson Wells, Addison Muth, Nora, and Sabrina Kraske. So four seniors that'll graduate. So at least 4 of these girls should have an opportunity to continue at the varsity level next year. Of course, when I'm talking 8th graders and freshmen, you're thinking you've got some time to develop. So first free throw for Savannah Becker, no good. As Izzy Forseth just picked up her 4th foul. She's going to stay in there, though. Second free throw rolls around the rim, comes out, but nice job to create a jump ball as Sadia Gayate did come down with the rebound. But Yankton was able to grab that to create a jump ball situation and get possession here with 30 seconds to go before the quarter ends. So shot clock is off, but that doesn't matter. They got it down low. We're unable to connect, though, and Gayate with the rebound, and that'll be a foul on Mathia Olson. All right, so Yankton with the ball. That'll be a double dribble on Mathia Olson. I apologize. My camera person just showed up. I was trying to get her attention, and I missed some of the action. So do apologize for that, but a double dribble. And that will turn the ball over to Roosevelt with 3.8 seconds to go. Yankton leading here in the sophomore matchup in the third quarter. Oh, big shot in! Wow. Now, I don't know exactly who that is. I know it's number 12, but I don't know that it's number 12 off the varsity because she's pretty much a starter, I believe. So I believe it's just a random number 12, and I do not have a name for it. So she bangs into 3, makes it 39-27 on the Fox Stop scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages. This is Yankton Gazelles basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelle Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on Yankton Streaming. Now with Katie and Trenton, I'm Michael Schumacher. As the Gazelles sophomore game enters the fourth quarter, with the Gazelles leading 39-27 on the Fox Stop scoreboard. As there's a nice job by J.D. Kindle to grab that rebound. And Jaslyn Romero back in. I don't know that we saw her in the third quarter, but she is one of those bright spots out there, one of those that, just as an eighth grader, you see a lot of talent and potential there. As that is a rebound into the hands of Roosevelt. 37 seconds gone in this quarter. Yankton leads by 12. They only led by 2 coming out of the half, so they outscored Roosevelt 17-7 in that third quarter, and there will be a foul. That'll be the first team foul of the quarter. That ball is knocked out of bounds. Nice job defensively there by J.D. Kindle to get to that. Oh, good defense by Mathia. Wow, just took that away from the Roosevelt player. Three-point attempt just rolls off the front rim. As Roosevelt does try to get it ahead. As they get it down low. And again, that's going to be a jump ball created by the work of Mathia Olson. Mathia just kind of everywhere. As that jump ball will favor Yankton. So again, Yankton moving right to left on your screen. So Romero, really good ball handling skills for Jaslyn Romero. As that's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Muth. So we'll take a timeout as well. Remember, timeouts are brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. We'll be back right after this message.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. In the fourth quarter of this sophomore matchup, Yankton leads 39-27 as we get ready for the varsity matchup. Nice little short jumper from the paint for Kennedy Muth. Makes it 41-27. Again, Kennedy Muth, one of those bright spots on this team. Can really see her developing into quite the player. And there's some great defense by Kennedy. Shot over to Izzy Forseth. That baseline jumper no good. Rebound into the hands of Jaslyn Romero, who gets the ball ahead, up and in for J.D. Kindle. Quickly 43-27 now. Yankton. Again, our scoreboard updates brought to you by the Fox Stop. And Romero knocks that ball out of bounds. Ava Smith comes in for Roosevelt. Checking out is Forsyth. Checking in for Yankton. Oh, not quite in time will be Savannah Becker at the next break in the action. Nice job by Muth to grab that rebound and to create a foul. That'll be a foul on number 4, Jaslyn Smith. So as an 8th grader, we do not have the heights listed for Kennedy Muth. But, man, one of the taller players out there. Again, athletic. So 43-27, 5:30 to go. They do get the ball down to Becker, Kindle, and then back out to Muth. Muth, short little jumper, got hit in the face, but no foul called. She came kind of grabbing her mouth and nose there. Pass down low, and that's going to be, that's a foul on the shot on Savannah Becker. So going to the line to shoot 2 will be the number 12 that isn't listed on the program. The only number 12 I have is Nashia Jones. As checking in, we have Adrena Meyer. That second free throw is up, making it 43-28. So again, the Gazelles on the season for varsity, they are 4-8. Roosevelt, they are 2-11. So one of those games that Yankton, in order to get as many seed points as possible, definitely wants a victory. 41 potential seed points. And during our pregame show, brought to you by Anytime Fitness in Yankton, we will talk more about the seed point standings in Class AA. As the first free throw is no good for Meyer. Second free throw, just a little off to the left, and Nashia Jones is able to get that rebound for Roosevelt as they move left to right on your screen now. Yankton leads by 15, 43-28, with 4:52 to go in the sophomore matchup. This will be followed pretty much immediately by the varsity game, as we are running a little bit behind schedule. The varsity game was scheduled for 6 o'clock, as that'll be a travel on Jones. So obviously, 4.5 minutes left here, 15-minute break between. So it's gonna start more towards the 6:30 timeline. But you know what? If Yankton can get a win and make it 4 out of 7 out of their last 7, you know what? It's worth the wait. That baseline shot just a little overshot, no good, but into the Roosevelt knocks it out of bounds, so Yankton will inbound. Kindle gets it down low and just throws it up, gets it to Savannah Becker. Becker with a little pull-up 10-foot jumper makes it 45-28 Yankton with 4:12 to go. That shot was nothing but net for Savannah Becker. Nashia Jones answers back with a 3-point through the hoop. 45-31 now for Yankton with the lead. That shot off the backboard. Roosevelt bringing it up. Thought Jones might try a heat check there, but not enough of an opening. There she'll try it from the top of the key. Oh, rims in and out. And the rebound by Milagard is the putback no good. Yankton bringing the ball up. There's Romero. That ball is knocked away by Nashia Jones, so she's doing a nice job offensively and defensively for this Roosevelt team. Jones, a sophomore, 5'6". That three-point attempt by Jones is just off the front of the rim. The putback attempt by Roosevelt is Doesn't touch anything, but the rebound goes to Yankton. As the ball, here's Kindle. Kindle tries to get the ball ahead, but she is going to be fouled. And that's going to be a foul on Miley Meligard. And that'll be Meligard's fifth. So Meligard will check out. And checking in is Sadia Gayate, a 6'1 freshman for this Roosevelt team. So get the ball into Mathia Olsen. Olsen gets it down low to Kindle, who gets it over to Muth. Muth up with the left hand, up and in. 47-31 Yankton with 2:41 to go in this sophomore game. So Yankton, this sophomore matchup looking really, really good. As again, if you're wondering, our camera seems to be on a different side. They want to be able to pull in those bleachers over there as quickly as possible as they're trying to get set up for the Yankton Invite tomorrow and Saturday. Little turnaround jumper for Muth. Just off the back iron. Jump ball. We'll give the ball back to Roosevelt. So that's why Mr. Moores wanted us over here. And we're like, yeah, that's cool. We can do that. As the Yankton Bucks wrestling team had their first winning duels record, I think, and have heard in 15 years. So, yeah, exciting times in Buck wrestling and a lot of great young wrestlers. And there's a nice job by Meyer to swat that ball away out of bounds. So 2:03 to go. Yankton leads 47-31 as Nashia Jones will go to the line to shoot two. Rebound goes to Yankton. Moving right to left. Three-pointer there for Isabel Sheldon. That ball knocked out of bounds as some new Gazelles will check in for this, including Lillian Hobelheinrich. Looks like Mia Collar. We also have Anna Nichols out there. And someone with hair long enough that I can't quite see her number. Reagan Frank. Reagan Frank. So Yankton tries to get the ball down low. Kayla Adebayo knocks that out. So 49-31 with 1:12 to go. As we will have our Anytime Fitness pregame show following this. There's a steal, kind of, and that is going to be knocked out of bounds. Nice job, though, by Everly Bruning just to knock it away. So it could reset, and Roosevelt wouldn't have a chance at a fast break. But 59 seconds to go. Up with the right hand, and cannot get it to fall. But the rebound there for Adebayo, and the putback makes it 49-33 Yankton with 36 seconds to go, about 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. That ball's knocked out of bounds by Roosevelt. That'll stay with Yankton. So again, varsity action tonight. Yankton against Roosevelt. Important victory needed for Yankton just to make sure they're maintaining that momentum and that opportunity to improve their seed points. That ball again knocked out of bounds, but also knocked out of bounds off of the hands of Everly Bruning. Or Abigail Shaw, I apologize. I believe that's Abigail. That was Everly. And that is off the backboard and off the iron. 9 seconds to go. And there's a putback for Roosevelt. Makes it 49-35. And that'll do it for this matchup as Yankton will win the sophomore game 49-35. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with our Anytime Fitness pregame show. This is Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh, my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand-patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Welcome back to our pregame show as we get ready to bring you the Yankton Gazelles as they get ready to take on the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. And this, again, is all part of our pregame show brought to you by Anytime Fitness in Yankton. Let's make healthy happen. And we have Coach Savvy on the line with us. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing well.
Well, you have to feel pretty good. Your team feels like it's hitting a stride right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we've played a great stretch of basketball here going back to last week. I think even if we look at Tuesday and Friday against O'Gorman and Brandon Valley, there's a lot of really good stretches from those games that we can take out of those. And then obviously Thursday was a great win for us against Huron. And going into this last Tuesday against Pierre, I think the hope for us as a coaching staff was that was a game we could control from tip-off to the buzzer beater, and I thought that we did that. Controlled it the entire time with our defense, let that lead to offense, and so I think we're feeling really good about just who we are and how we play right now, and exciting basketball, and excited for our girls.
Well, and it is really exciting, especially, to look at your last 6 games and you've gone 3-3, and especially with 2 of those games, like you said, against O'Gorman and Brandon Valley, really kind of the consensus 1 and 2 in AA girls. Feels like this team is playing well, and it does feel like that Pierre game might have been the most complete as far as playing stem to stern, all 4 quarters, no real letdowns where the other team kind of felt like maybe they're getting some momentum. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job jumping out to an early lead. they did cut it to 16-11, and from that point on, I thought that our girls responded to that little run of theirs, and then from then on, kept a really healthy lead for the rest of the way. You know, fought that back to bringing in a 14-point lead to halftime, and then grew that all the way up to, I think, about 26 points, and then just did what they needed to do to hold on to that lead the rest of the way.
Well, and it was a complete victory as well. You know, Jordan scoring, in double digits, Eden in double digits, Brenna Elwood, 7 points, 6 rebounds, September contributing, and Jocelyn with 6 points. Just every player seemed to be contributing on the offensive side, and defensively just seemed like everybody was clicking. As you come into this matchup with Sioux Falls Roosevelt, what are some of the things that they bring to the table that present some challenges but also present some opportunities for you?
Yeah, they have Callie Harris on the inside, who is a really good post for them, and a bigger post for them that we're going to have to make sure that we do a good job defending as a team. And then on the outside, they have Henley Loof, who is a sophomore guard that can shoot it and will shoot it from, a multitude of ranges. And so we're going to have to make sure that we pressure the basketball when it's on the perimeter and take away easy in-rhythm shots, while also pressuring the ball makes it entering to the post a lot harder. And so those two things are going to be really critical in just pressuring the basketball and communicating a lot about where we are on the court. And then within that, I think our big advantage is going to be the full court defense that we can put out there, and then also running the floor. We're going to have a lot of opportunities in transition, and so making sure we take advantage of those and get to the rim. I think 3 big things that I kind of wrote down for this one are ball pressure, running in transition, and then getting to the rim.
Well, and those are some things that you guys seem to be doing a little bit better. And as you enter this final, third of the season, what do you look to see from your girls game in and game out, or even quarter to quarter? Sometimes it's improvements and adjustments that way. What do you like to see and are hoping to see tonight and in the future?
Yeah, I think we've talked as a team. It gets really exciting when your message kind of starts to be the exact same, regardless of the opponent, because that means we really know who we are. And every night here for this stretch, it really has been play great team defense and then get the ball and go. Find great team shots, regardless of who that is, but more just what that shot is. And then making sure that we communicate and play great team defense. I think we've done that really well in this stretch, and we want to continue to see that. And so, we've really just been trying to hone in on this idea of it's one possession at a time, and whether that possession is successful or not, we're moving on. It's the next one ahead of us. That's the one that matters now, and we keep going. And I think the girls have done a great job of that, and we've seen that in them responding to some runs that opponents have gone on, managing those runs, going on some of their own, and then controlling some games.
Well, and this will be a huge chance at hopefully another victory. One of those, and all of a sudden you're looking at over 500 in your last 7 games, and some big games coming up. It's an exciting time, I think, to be following the Gazelles. How nice is it to be facing this one in the Summit?
Yeah, we have a good little stretch of home games here, and it's just really nice for us to be at home. And we always know that, again, Yankton is going to bring a great crowd, and that's regardless of, obviously if it's a doubleheader, we get to play in front of some really big crowds. But even when it's not, I think, I was still really impressed with the crowd that we had on Tuesday versus Pierre, and it's just fun to play in front of that crowd in the Summit Center, and obviously a place that we're comfortable in and want to go. That was today's, I always kind of send out a little bit of a journal entry to the team on game days, and today's message was pride. And, the end message was, we don't let anybody come into our gym, our house, and change anything we do. It's about us, our traditions, the Gazelles name, and we make sure that we play with pride when we're here.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. Best of luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles here on our breakfast, not on Breakfast with the Coaches, on our Anytime Fitness starting pregame show. As Anytime Fitness of Yankton, our sponsor of our pregame show, Anytime Fitness in Yankton, let's make healthy happen. And as always, this is Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, with 2 locations downtown and North Broadway in Yankton. All right, when we come back, we'll be ready for the national anthem and starting lineups. This is Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand-patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers, and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, with 2 locations downtown and North Broadway in Yankton. This is our Anytime Fitness pregame show. Let's make healthy happen. That's Anytime Fitness in Yankton. Well, last week's highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet, the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Last game out, Yankton with a nice 54-33 victory over Pierre. Much needed victory just to kind of keep some momentum going. And Pierre, one of those teams that they'll want to try to pass to increase their seed point positioning. Well, they were led by Jordan Kudera with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Aiden Wolfgram chipped in 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Meanwhile, September Rao had 2 points, but 7 rebounds and 2 steals. And Brenna Elwood, just a complete game, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Nora Kraske with 5 points, and Jocelyn Elwood with 6 helped contribute to that victory. They shot 40% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and 71% from the free throw line. So you'd love to see that, hitting a third of your threes, hitting over 70% of your shots from the free throw line, not leaving many points on the table. On the season for Yankton, they're being led in scoring by Eden Wolfgram, averaging 14.7 points per game. Jordan Kudera in second at 8.9. September Rao at 5.4. Nora Kraske at 4.2. They total, as a team, 44.1 points per game. They shoot on average 36% from the field, 64% from the free throw line, and 29% from the three-point line. They also average, as a team, 9 assists per game and 8 steals. So 8 steals is a huge, huge defensive advantage for this Gazelles team. Again, they're 4-8 on the season, and you have to love what you've been seeing lately. They started off with a victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln, but then fell to Harrisburg, Sioux Falls Washington, Aberdeen Central, Vermilion, Mitchell, and then came back with a victory over Watertown on January 16th. That started this run. They then lost to Sioux Falls Jefferson and O'Gorman, beat Huron, fell to Brandon Valley, and then beat Pierre. That's 3-3 in a 6-game stretch that includes 2 of the toughest teams in the state in Brandon Valley and O'Gorman. Not even 2 of the 2 toughest teams in the state. So Yankton looking to continue that momentum, hoping to go to 4-3 in their past 7 games, hoping to get a 5th win. Meanwhile, Sioux Falls Roosevelt, they haven't had as much luck. They did open up with losses to Sioux Falls, Jefferson, O'Gorman, Brandon Valley. They beat Sioux Falls Lincoln, and then they beat Harrisburg. They beat Harrisburg on January 20th. Now, that's kind of their anomaly. Harrisburg's 5-7, and so a really nice win for Sioux Falls Roosevelt as they get ready to try to improve their seeding and their seed point standings as well. As we get ready for starting lineups, our starting lineups are brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling anytime, any day. So first we'll have the starting lineups for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and we'll also have the national anthem. We'll also have the national anthem. I believe that will be played by the Yankton Pep Band, as they are in full force tonight. So exciting times as we get ready for the starting lineups for both Yankton and Vermilion, Yankton and Sioux Falls Roosevelt, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling. As we're going to pause for the national anthem. And that was our national anthem, brought to you by the Yankton Pep Band under direction of their student teacher. As we get ready to bring you the starting lineups. The starting lineups for your Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. Starting at guard, number 2, 5'1" senior, Alishka Flores Delgado. You also have starting at guard, number 24, at forward, 5'10", senior forward, number 24, Caitlin Dewin. Also at guard, 5'8", sophomore, number 30, Henley Loof. Then 6' senior forward, number 32, Emma Adams. And then finally, number 51, 6'3", sophomore forward, Callie Harris, as they are introducing the cheerleaders for the Gazelles, Ashton Adams, Raquel Hageman, Arabelle Larson, and Lauren Jarvis, as they are on your screen right now. And here's the starting lineups for your Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. So again, Alishka Flores Delgado will be starting at guard. A senior forward, number 24, Caitlin Dewey, 5'10", senior forward. Then you have a sophomore in, again, 5'8", sophomore guard, Henley Loof. And a 6' senior forward, number 32, Emma Adams. So Roosevelt definitely with a size advantage over Yankton tonight. Then finally, 6'3", sophomore forward, number 51, Callie Harris. And here's your starting lineup for the Yankton Gazelles, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling.
Jocelyn Elwood, number 5, guard.
Eden Wolfgram, number 10, guard. Nora Krasky, number 11, guard.
Jordan Kudera, number 13, guard.
September Rao, 21, guard.
So again, starting lineups brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is Gazelles basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Trenton Rolston and Katie Logston, as we get ready to bring you Gazelles basketball action. And the starting lineups brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling. Again, scoreboard brought to you by the Fox Stop in Yankton, and water breaks brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems. So, jumping for Sioux Falls Roosevelt will be Callie Harris, the 6'3 sophomore. Jumping for Yankton will be September Rao. So there is a definite size advantage. September does win the tip and into the hands of Eden Wolfgram. Yankton moving left to right in their white uniforms with red numbers and letters with black trim. As Jordan Kudera, freshman on this squad, gets it over to Nora Krasky in the low left corner. Nora brings it around, tries to get it down low to Jocelyn Elwood, but that is stolen away by Roosevelt. Get it down low to Harris. She goes up and under, and Harris gets the first field goal of the game. So 2-0 in favor of Roosevelt, less than a minute into this matchup. Here's Eden Wolfgram. Gets up top to Krasky. Rao at the top of the key is guarded by Henley Loof. Oh, three-point attempt, no good. Callie Harris with the rebound. So the Riders, that pass from Emma Adams, just a little too high. As Alicia Flores Delgado couldn't quite reach that, so Yankton with possession. Here's Eden Wolfgram driving the baseline, kicks out to Krasky, and Rao from the left wing for three. Can't connect, but Kudera with the rebound. Jocelyn Elwood over to Wolfgram. Wolfgram guarded by Flores Delgado. Wolfgram up with the left hand, can't connect. Rebound there for Caitlin Ewan. So 2-0 here, 2 minutes into this first quarter. As they do get it down low to Adams, she's unable to connect. Rebound into the hands of September Rao. And Rao up with the left hand, up and in for her first bucket of the night and Yankton's first points. 2-2. Now is the score on the Fox Stop scoreboard. As Yankton with great defense here has Delgado, and that is a 10-second violation. Great press from the Gazelles leads to a turnover. As Yankton will inbound in front of, pretty much in front of the scorer's table. Again, Roosevelt in those gold uniforms with maroon letters and numbers. Wolfgram hands it off to Rao. Over to Krasky. And Wolfgram, little pull-up jumper. Cannot get it to fall. Rebound into the hands of Emma Adams. There's a rebound for Kudera off the missed shot. That's her second rebound of the night. Just off the block, there's Jocelyn Elwood out to Kudera for three. Just off the front iron with Callie Harris with another rebound, her second of the night. Roosevelt moves it around the top of the key, around the perimeter. That'll be out of bounds. Turnover again for Roosevelt. Yankton will inbound. Checking in for Yankton is Kelson Wells. Checking out is Jordan Kudera. So here's Kraske with the ball, drives into the paint, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. I believe that's going to be on Callie Harris. Yes, that is on Harris. That is her first personal. As now checking in is Avon Pasika. And Payson Sayasvana check in as Yankton hits a three, making it 5-2 in favor of the Gazelles. As that was Wolfgram with the three-pointer. That shot falls short. September Rao with the rebound. Halfway through this first quarter, Yankton leads 5-2. Rao kicks it out to Kraske in the left corner for three. Just off the front iron. Rebound Flores Delgado. Pushing the pace here. Payson Sayasvana. Floater up with the right hand and in. Wow, that was a nice play by Emma Adams, making it 5-4. Wolfgram on the left wing, shoots the three, and drains it. Nothing but net for Eden Wolfgram for her second three-pointer of the game. Makes it 8-4 in favor of the Gazelles. And that pass goes through the hands of Callie Harris. And we're going to take a quick timeout, a 30-second timeout brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Welcome back to Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Yankton leads 8-4 coming out of that Lindsay Echo Water Systems timeout. Wolfgram drives the baseline, kicks it out to Jocelyn Elwood for three. And Jocelyn Elwood hits the three-pointer, makes it 11-4 Yankton with 2:38 to go in quarter number one. Long three-point attempt for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, and that is good for Henley Loof. Loof makes it 11-7. 2:19 to go on the Fox Stop scoreboard. Appreciate you joining us for Yankton Gazelles basketball. As Kelson Wells, drives in, loses control. Loof for three from the corner. Leaves it short, but Callie Harris with the rebound, but the offensive foul, and that is going to be the second foul on Callie Harris. Harris is the 6'3" sophomore, and she's going to check out. Checking back in will be Emma Adams, as Jordan Kudera checks in for Eden Wolfgram. Minute 55 to go. Yankton with a 4-point lead, as Kudera gets it out to Jocelyn Elwood. Wells drives in, up the right hand, and in for Kelson Wells. Nice play there for Kelson. Makes it 13-7. Minute 39 to go. Henley Lou for another three. Wow, she is needing a heat check here. That's 2 3-pointers for her. Nothing but net. Here's Brenna Elwood. Kicks out to Kudra. Kudra. Out to Nora Krasky. Kelson tries to hit a cutting Brenna Elwood, and that just is passes too low for her. As Roosevelt now has the ball in their offensive set. And that's going to be a foul on Wells. Little too much body, kind of changing the direction of Avon Pasica. So that's Wells' first personal, team's first team foul, with 53 seconds to go here in the quarter. Pasica gets the ball over to Adams. Loof will drive in this time. Gets out to Pasica. Thought about the three, but doesn't take it. Adams has the ball stolen away by Jocelyn Elwood. Great defense there for Elwood. Get the ball to Nora Krasky on the right side. And that's going to be a travel on Jordan Kudra. I think she saw the path and just kind of held the ball too long before dribbling. So 26 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Yankton leads Roosevelt by a score of 13-10. As Kudra knocks the inbound pass out of bounds. It does knock a couple of seconds off, or a couple of ticks off the clock, as Yankton will defend the inbound again. And there's a steal by Nora Krasky. Gets it over to Jocelyn Elwood. 19 seconds. We'll see if they play for the last shot. Yes, here's Brenna Elwood. Had a chance to talk to Jocelyn earlier this week, or late last week. She loves playing with her sister. So 5 seconds left on the clock as Kudra drives in, kicks it out, and just not well managed clock there at the end. Coach Savvy will have something to say about that. But we end the quarter with Yankton 13, Roosevelt 10 on the Fox Stop scoreboard. This is Yankton Gazelle basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher with Trenton and Katie as the Gazelles lead 13-10 after one quarter of play. Roosevelt starts with possession. The Larry's Heating and Cooling starting lineup for this quarter for Yankton. Most of the same ones as last quarter. Eden Wolfgram, Jordan Kudra, September Rao, but also Kelston Wells and Brenna Elwood out there now for Yankton starting this quarter. That ball is turned over with 7:45 to go. Yankton inbounds to Eden Wolfgram. Wolfgram, a junior, primary ball handler on this team. That ball out to September Rao. And that is going to be a foul, and I think that's going to be on Loof. Henley Loof. A little too much contact out there. That'll be her first personal and first team of the quarter here, 30 seconds into quarter number 2. So Rao over to Brenna Elwood. Kudra, she'll take the three off the back iron. Rebound into the hands of Caitlin Dewan. Oh, Loof almost traveled, but she got the ball out of her hands in time. She'll pull up for the three. She'll drain it. That is her third three-pointer of the game for Henley Loof. Makes it 13-13. 1:05 into quarter number 2. Yeah, Henley Loof, boy, right now cannot leave her open, cannot give her any space. Hands the ball off to Rao at the top of the key. Dribbles in, kicks it over to Wells. Wells up and in. Beautiful pass there from September Rao. Nice finish from Kelson Wells. Wells now has 4 points. And that's going to be a foul on Wolfgram. She disagrees. But the official, I don't know that the official cares. As Eden Wolfgram will get her first personal, first team foul. As Callie Harris and Avon Pasika check back in for Roosevelt. And Elwood and Nora Kraske, Jocelyn Elwood and Nora Kraske check back in for Yankton. As Pasika saves the ball out of bounds, gets it to Loof. Little turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Jocelyn Elwood. As Wolfgram up and in over Adams, sorry. So Wolfgram now has 8 points on the evening. And Yankton is back out to a 4-point lead, 17-13 with 5:53 to go in the second quarter. Adams, nice move for Adams. Unable to finish, but some skill down there for that 6'3 sophomore. As that foul is going to be on September Rao. That is her first and the team's second of the quarter. So Adams goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw, nothing but net for Callie Harris. As Sabrina Kraske checks in for September Rao. Nora Kraske just signed yesterday to continue her career playing tennis at USD. Congratulations to Nora. As that second free throw is missed, the ball hits the floor. Nice rebound there by Nora Kraske. She does get the ball over to Sabrina. Sets up their half-court offense here. Nora gets it down to Kelson. Kelson back out to Eden. Oh, and that's going to be... Oh, they're going to call that on Kelson. That'll be Kelson's second personal. That is the team's third of the quarter. So now Berkeley Olsen will check in. Berkeley Olsen, a 5'5 junior guard, also on the gymnastics team for the Gazelles, who just had their season-high points last week. And Berkeley is one of the players, athletes we'll be talking to tomorrow night. That'll air Monday on At the Mic. As Loof just ball over to Flores Delgado. Delgado off the backboard, no good. Rebound, Elwood. Jocelyn Elwood. Wolfgram fouled on the way in, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, and that's going to be on Callie Harris. That is her third. Harris's third personal, team's second of the quarter, as Wolfgram drains that first free throw. That is the first free throw for Yankton. As Callie Harris will check out. As Payson Sayasvana checks in, and Wolfgram hits both. She now has 10 points on the game here in the first half. Yankton leads 19-14. Avon Pasika has the ball, and that is knocked away by Berkeley Olsen into the hands of Jocelyn Elwood. Elwood gets credit for the steal, but created by Berkeley Olsen. Wolfgram pull-up jumper from the elbow, just off the back iron. Rebound Olsen, out to Nora Kraske. Jocelyn Elwood for 3. That's also off the back iron. Yankton just a little off. I think that might be a bench warning. So Jordan Kudra checks back in. Checks in for Eden Wolfgram. So Rough Riders to inbound, trailing by 5 with 4:19 to go here in quarter number 2. Nice move by Flores Delgado to get it across midcourt. Driving in is Payson Sayasavan. She's going to be fouled on the shot, and that foul will be on Elwood. That's Elwood's first personal, team's fourth, but it was in the act of shooting, so Sayasavan will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw, no good. Wolfgram checks back in for Sabrina Kraske. And Sayasavan misses both. So Roosevelt with the ball go. Comes out. Long three-pointer for Flores Delgado. And of Roosevelt's 17 points, 12 have come from the three-pointer. 19-17, Yankton leads with 3:39 to go here in the first half. Olsen up, cannot connect over Adams. Rebound, Henley Loof. Of course, Loof has 3 of those 4 three-pointers for the Rough Riders. Boy, Adams might have gotten away with the carry there, but no call. You can hear the Yankton crowd. It was a nice move and a nice bucket for Adams. Gives her 4 points and ties it up at 19. Wolfgram, short little jumper just off the iron. That's going to be a foul, I think, on Kudera. So Kudera with a hook. That's her first personal. 15 foul, and that will lead to free throws for the rest of this second quarter. So Roosevelt, they've made 1 out of 4 free throws. Yankton's 2 for 2. The free throws could become an important factor here the rest of this first half. And the first free throw is up and good for Flores Delgado. Flores Delgado cannot hit the second one. Rao comes down with the rebound. Yankton pushes it down to Wolfgram under the bucket. Gets it out to Sabrina Kraske. Brenna Elwood out there. Now with Eden. Brings it around the top of the key. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Rao with the ball on the left wing. Drives in, up the right hand, and in. Nice job of creating by September Rao for her third and fourth points. And a steal by Rao. Rebound by Kudera. Gets it out to Jocelyn Elwood for 3. Kudera with the steal. And the assist. And Elwood with the 3. That's a 5-point difference right there. It's 24-20. And that's going to be a foul on Sioux Falls Roosevelt, which will turn the ball over. Or no, just a turnover by Roosevelt. Giving the ball back to Yankton with 2:06 to go. So just like that, Yankton turns it from a 1-point deficit into a 4-point margin with the lead. Elwood gives it off to Eden Wolfgram. And Eden's going to be fouled by Payson Sayasavan. Here's Rao in the lower corner. Kudra for three from the corner, drains it, gets that to rattle home. Rao with her second assist, Kudra with her first three-pointer. Suddenly it's a 7-point lead for the Gazelles with 1:32 to go in quarter number 2. But they do get the ball ahead, 24, Caitlin Dewan with an easy lay-in. 27-22 now. With 1:15 to go. It's been a pretty frenetic pace right now. That ball will be out of bounds off of Roosevelt. And some of the Roosevelt players disagree, and I'll admit it kind of looked to me like it might have been off of one of the Gazelles, kind of in the air, but I'm not sure. And the officials are discussing it. And I don't think we can be mad if they give it to Roosevelt. Okay, nope, they're going to give it to Yankton. Okay. I mean, I honestly couldn't say, but boy, the Roosevelt players really thought it was off of Gazelle. So here's Kudra on the left-hand wing. Drives in, and that is no foul, slightly blocked maybe. As here is Flores Delgado. No numbers, so she holds up. As Loof has been held in check after those early three-pointers. But here's Flores Delgado for three. A little off on that one as Elwood has that stolen away, but it's stolen right back by Eden Wolfgram. Shot clock is off, 27 seconds remaining in the first half. Yankton with a 5-point lead. They came into this quarter with a 3-point lead. Playing for the last shot as Rao drives in, kicks it out to Kudra. Kudra will take the three. Oh, just off the back iron. No good. Loof with the rebound, 10 seconds to go. So now Roosevelt trying to cut it down to a 2 or a 1-point deficit, 2 or 3. Long three-pointer, no good, and that will do it for the first half. Yankton, 27. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, 22. We'll be back with our Vichet halftime show. Vichet of Yankton. Define the world's future. Vichet electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vichet, building the DNA of tech.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Ladies, come into the store for all your new fall clothing needs. There's Tribal, there's Lulu Bee, Ethel, and Southern Lady. The nursery has everything you need for gift giving, baptism, copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, toddlers, clothing, and boys and girls Under Armour to size 7. Don't forget toys and little golden books. Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank with Katie and Trenton. I'm Michael Schumacher on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Well, on the scoreboard, on the Fox Stop scoreboard, Yankton leads 27-22. This is our Vichet halftime show. Again, Vichet of Yankton defining the world's future. Some of the highlights brought to you by Larson Carpet in that first half. For Yankton, Eden Wolfgram, 2 3-pointers, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Good defense. September Rao with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Those are some of the highlights of that first half, brought to you by Larson Carpet. Now the leading scorers for Yankton. Eden Wolfgram has 10. Jocelyn Elwood with 6 on 2 3-pointers. 4 points for September Rao. 4 points for Kelson Wells. Now, Kelson didn't play a ton in that second quarter because she picked up an early second foul. And then 3 points for Jordan Kudera. Meanwhile, for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Henley Luth leading the way with 3 3-pointers. She has 9 points. 4 points. 4 points for Alishka Flores Delgado. 4 points for Emma Adams. 3 for Callie Harris, who is in real foul trouble with 3 fouls already. And then Caitlin Doohan with 2. So again, Yankton really having good defense. Honestly, if not for the hot shooting of Henley Luth, this is probably a 10-point game. But right now at the half, it is 27-22 on the Fox Stop scoreboard. When we come back, we're going to take a look around the state at other action going on. Brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. This is the Vichet Yankton Halftime Show on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Hi, this is Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Merry Christmas! I have everything for your holiday gifting for the ladies, the kids, including gift certificates. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We are in the Vichet of Yankton halftime show, defining the world's future. That is Vichet Electronic of Yankton. Vichet, building the DNA of tech. Well, let's take a look beyond the game as we take a look around the state, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. Well, elsewhere in AA basketball tonight, in addition to Roosevelt and Yankton, Sioux Falls, Washington is in Watertown taking on the Arrows, and Brookings is in Sioux Falls taking on Sioux Falls Lincoln. That might be a chance at Brookings' second victory. Otherwise, Sioux Falls looking for their first there. In Class A girls, you have Vermilion defeating Gayville-Volland 65-43. And you kind of expected that. Vermilion's a really good Class A school. Gayville-Volland's a really good Class B school, but there's just a depth issue as well. Sometimes it's just a matter of how many players you can play. Vermilion has a little more size, I think, than Gayville-Volland. So proud of both teams there. I've had chances to call both of their games, so congratulations on a game well played. All right, Lennox defeats Baltic 68-11. DeSmet leads Outton Lake Benton 51-15. Groton area leads Dual 23-9 at the half. Avon leads Bon Home at the half, 28-12. Platte Geddes and Scotland Meadow just getting underway. Wagner leads Andy Central Dakota Christian 32-8 at the half. And Bennett County leads Stanley County 34-6 at the half. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. St. Thomas More over Winter 19-5. And Webster area leads Redfield 17-15 at the half. And in Class B girls, of course, Gayville-Volland fell. Marty leads Crazy Horse 55-17 in the third. Omaha Nation beat Tiashpe Topa. Trip Delmont Armor leads Washington Springs at the half, 21-15. White River leads Wall 29-20 with 2 minutes to go in the second. Freeman leads Alcester Hudson 33-19 with 5 minutes to go in the third. And Dubrick area leads Arlington 55-28 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth. And Sanborn Central Woonsocket and Parkston locked in a big battle at the half, 21-20. That is in Woonsocket. All right, that's been our Around the Game or Beyond the Game, brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. We'll be back as we conclude our Bechet Yankton halftime show. Defining the world's future, Bechet Electronic Components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. That's Bechet, building the DNA of tech. This is Gazelles Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelle Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. As we wrap up the Bechet of Yankton halftime show, I'm Michael Schumacher as the Yankton Gazelles lead 27-22 on the Fox Stop scoreboard as we get ready for second half action. As Roosevelt will begin with possession. They'll inbound from around midcourt. As the starting lineup for Yankton, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. The starting lineup for the second half, it's Jocelyn Elwood, Eden Wolfgram, Dora Kraske, Jordan Kudra, and September Rao. There's a quick 2 points for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, making it 27-24. As Kraske takes a three. Oh, just a little short, but nice rebound by Rao. As Kraske will take it again. This time he drains it. Dora Kraske with her first points of the night, and a nice assist by September Rao off the rebound. So 7:22 to go. Roosevelt, it's Loof, Flores Delgado, Emma Adams, Caitlin Dewan, and Callie Harris out there. Harris down low, and she's going to be fouled. Now Harris playing with 3 fouls, so that'll be something that we want to keep an eye on, but she is fouled on that. I believe that'll be on the shot. I'm not quite sure as the officials are discussing it. I know if it's going to be on the floor, and that's going to be on Jocelyn Elwood. That'll be Jocelyn's second personal, but the team's first of the quarter. And it was on the floor, so she will not be shooting free throws. Callie Adams, 6'3", sophomore, moves around really well out there. We've seen her put the ball on the floor. As there's a nice up, give, and go as Emma Adams is able to lay that one in. Beautiful play there for her. For a bucket for Emma. As Eden Wolfgram has that knocked out of her hands by Flores Delgado. Into the paint, cannot get it to fall. That rebound by Dewan. Flores Delgado loses control but gets it down to Adams. And they are going to call a foul. Now, there might have been a little contact that sent her to continue moving. But I do believe she was already kind of moving backwards because the pass was high. But that will be a foul on the floor as that foul is on Nora Kraske. That's Nora's first, but the team's second here just 96 seconds in to quarter number 3. 30-26, Yankton leads by 4. As Emma Adams will inbound on the baseline for Roosevelt. They get it into Adams. or Harris, sorry. And here's Loof for three. Cannot get that to fall. Jordan Kudra with the rebound. So Kudra has that knocked away by Adams. Again, Adams, just a player I think we're going to need to keep an eye on for a couple years because a big with some athleticism. Really impressive. And you feel like this might be a Roosevelt team that has a bit of a future as Callie Harris is just a sophomore. And Loof, just a sophomore. Pasica, just a freshman. So a lot of nuts and bolts there for a good nuts and bolts to build upon as Hanley Loof has her second personal, team's first here in quarter number 2. So Wolfgram bringing the ball up, gets it across midcourt. Kudra sets a screen. And here's Wolfgram from the corner. Drains it! Not Wolfgram, sorry, Nora Kraske. Nora Kraske with her second bucket. She now has 6 points and makes it 33-26 in favor of the Gazelles. Nice job by Wolfgram to get the steal. Gets it to Kraske. Kraske up the right hand. Can't connect, but she is going to be fouled. And that's going to be on Loof. That'll be the team's second as Henley Loof, who will now have her third personal. She hit 3 3-pointers in that first half. And Kraske gets that to fall. Kraske gets the shooter's touch. Yankton is 3 for 3 from the free throw line right now. That is huge as they now lead by 8, their biggest lead of the night. So 34-26. Nora Kraske. Oh, and I did not jinx her, thank goodness. So Nora Kraske now has 8 points on the night, 35-26, Yankton with the lead. That pass goes through the hands of Callie Harris, and that'll be a turnover to Yankton. And Sioux Falls Roosevelt wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton.
For beautiful decor and gifts this holiday season, it's Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all from Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton, your Christmas and holiday cheer store.
Welcome back to Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, coming out of that Lindsay Echo Water Systems timeout. Yankton with possession. Eden Wolfgram brings the ball to the top of the key. Screen set by Kudra. She gets it back out to Kudra. Top of the key. For 3, just off. But rebound Jocelyn Elwood gets it over to September Rao. And Rao is going to be fouled. I think that's going to be Callie Harris's 4th personal. No, that's... Oh, it's not any better. It's on Loof. That'll be Loof's 4th personal. So now Loof has 4. She'll come out for Avon Pasica. Callie Harris has 3. And we saw 5 minutes to go here in the third. Those are 2 of the starters for this Roosevelt team. As Elwood gets the ball out to Eden Wolfgram. Wolfgram guarded out there by Payson Sayasavan. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. And that'll be on Avon Pasica. That's Pasica's first. Team's 4th. So the next one does start shooting free throws for Yankton. 4:50 to go. As it's Eden Wolfgram. Drives in. That's blocked. I know some people looked like they wanted a foul. I don't think there was contact there. Or enough, And here is Caitlin Doohan. But a nice job by Nora Kraske to get the steal. Gets it to Wolfgram. Wolfgram over to Kudra. Kudra kicks it out to Elwood. Rao. Good ball movement by this Gazelles team. Wolfgram goes in over Callie Harris. Nice job laying that in, floating that one in for Eden Wolfgram, giving her 12 points on the night. That's going to be a foul called on Kudra on the inbound. That'll be her second, team's third. So 4:13 to go. Yankton leads now by 11. They led by 4 coming into this quarter. So Kelson Wells checks in and Brenna Elwood checks in as Kudra and Jocelyn Elwood check out. Roosevelt gets the ball across midcourt. Here's Saya Saban. Callie Adams at the top of the key, dribbling and driving. Now, that was knocked out of her hands by Kelson Wells, but I don't mean to be talking so much about a player, but at 6'3" and as a sophomore, some really good ball handling skills, some good movement and mobility. You like what you see from Callie Harris. As here's Eden Wolfgram bringing the ball up. Drives in, kicks it across, skip pass to Nora Kraske as they try to hit Kraske driving the lane. Yankton now still with that 11-point lead. Saya Saban hits it across midcourt. Set their offense here. Pasika kicks it out to Saya Saban in the paint. No good. Rebound, September Rao. That is Rao's 5th rebound. The outlet pass gets to Wolfgram for 3 from the corner. Cannot connect, but Brenna Elwood does on the putback. Rebound for Brenna Elwood and the putback. So her first 2 points of the night. Nice job by Brenna. As Harris, that pass is a little too high for Saya Saban into the hands of Wolfgram. Wolfgram up and cannot connect. We'll see who they call this foul on. I'm sure Roosevelt's hoping it's not. Nope, and that's on 24. Avon Pasika on that with that foul. That is her second. As Kelson Wells will go to the line to shoot 2. That is the 5th team foul. And Wells hits that first free throw. As 3 players check in for Roosevelt. Loof, Flores Delgado, and number 10, Taya Daman. Here's Kelson, second free throw up, and good. Yankton is 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Said it was great they hit 71% against Pierre. They're doing even better today. The steal by September Rao off of Daman and layup in. Rao now has 6 points. And that gives Yankton a 17-point lead. And Sioux Falls Roosevelt wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. This is Gazelles basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This timeout brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. On the Fox Stop scoreboard, Yankton leads 43-16.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Rabin Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Rabin Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Rabin Books, where every book finds a home.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is and mattresses in Yankton.
Welcome back to Gazelles basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, coming out of that Lindsay Echo Water Systems timeout on the Fox Stop scoreboard. Yankton leads 43-26. But a quick foul before they could even inbound on September Rao. That is her second personal foul. Team's 4th. As Callie Harris checks back in. Harris checks in with 3 fouls. As it's Loof, Pasica, Flores Delgado, Callie Harris, and Saya Savan out there for Roosevelt. For Yankton, who will now be inbounding as that ball went out of bounds off of Flores Delgado. It'll be Jordan Kudera, Nora Kraske, Kelson Wells, Eden Wolfgram, and Brenna Elwood. So Wolfgram directing traffic at the top of the key. Kraske picks up her dribble. She's able to get off, though. As Brenna Elwood drives in up at the right hand and cannot quite get it to roll in. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Brenna Elwood as Callie Harris comes down with the rebound. And that'll be Yankton's 5th team foul. As that is Elwood's first, but the team's 5th, so that will lead to free throws for Callie Harris. She is currently 1 for 2 from the line. Roosevelt is 2 for 6, whereas Yankton is 6 for 6. Not that that makes up the entire difference, but that does contribute to the margin. As Harris gets that one to drop. Taya Dahman checks in for the Rough Riders. Checking in for Nora Kraske. Comes back Jocelyn Elwood. As Harris hits both of those. As the Elwood sisters are out there, along with Kelson Wells, Eden Wolfgram, and Jordan Kudera. Wolfgram with a nice Euro step. She is going to be, oh, that is too bad if you're Callie Harris. She got the block. She got a piece of it, but as she came down in to Eden Wolfgram, and that will be Callie Harris's 4th personal. So she got the block cleanly. It was the follow-through and the landing that hurt her. So Eden Wolfgram going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Oh! I purposely didn't even say anything about him being perfect from the line. Didn't want to jinx, but Eden misses that first one. Score remains 43-28. And she hits that 44. So 3 for 4 from the line for Eden. 7 of 8 for Yankton overall from the charity stripe. And Eden Wolfgram creates a turnover. Well, yeah, it's a turnover because it's a jump ball. Favors Yankton, so Jocelyn Elwood will inbound from just in front of the scorer's table. Want to thank you for joining us here on Yankton Streaming. I'm Michael Schumacher along with Katie and Trenton. Minute 33 to go here in the third quarter on the Fox Stop scoreboard. It's Jocelyn Elwood has the ball. Kicks out to Brenna. Brenna over to Kelson Wells. Thought about the 3. Little floater cannot connect, but Brenna Elwood with the rebound and the putback can't connect. Oh, and I think they're going to call a foul maybe on Brenna again. Nope, that one's on Kudera. That'll be Kudera's 3rd personal. And, of course, with 5 team fouls already. Alishka Flores Delgado will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw, nothing but net for Flores Delgado. She's now 2 for 3 from the line. Checking in for Yankton, Berkeley Olson and September Rao. Checking out, Eden Wolfgram and Jordan Kudera. Checking in for the Rough Riders, you have Addison Drake. And Flores Delgado out there as well. Emma Adams. And that second free throw does roll in. So Flores Delgado now 3 for 4 from the line. As Caitlin Doohan is also out there for the Rough Riders. There's Olson. It's off to Rao. Rao drives into the paint, and they're going to call a foul. That foul will be on Addison Drake. The Rao goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw will roll on in for September Rao. Wow. Hit every part of the rim. Yankton now has a 15-point lead, 45-30. Rao now has 7 points on the evening. Make that 8 with that free throw. Has 57 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Saya Saban cannot get that to fall. Rebound into the hands of Wells. And Wells is fouled, so she will go to the line to shoot 2. So that's Emma Adams' first personal, but the team already has 5. So Kelson Wells to the line to shoot 2. Kelson on the night had 2 buckets early. She has not scored. She also has 2 free throws and misses that one. She'll be getting another one here. She's 2 for 3 from the line. 49.9 seconds on the Fox Stop scoreboard. Rattles that one home as Kelson Wells now has 7 points on the evening. This is Gazelles basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That pass is deflected by Kelson Wells. The putback is no good. Rebound into the hands of Berkeley Olson. They will call a jump ball. As Kelson Wells, I think, got a piece of that on the shot, so we're giving her a block tonight. As Yankton now leads 47-30 with 32 seconds to go. Shot clock is off as Roosevelt will inbound along the baseline. Loof behind the back. Little pull-up jumper. Can't get it to fall. Rao with the rebound, her 6th of the night. I think Yankton's looking to play for the final shot here as Rao is out by the Y in the center court. Drives in, kicks it over to Brenna. Brenna Elwood, little pull-up jumper, no good. Flores Delgado with the rebound. She's at midcourt. She'll heave it up, and there's going to be a block by Berkeley Olson. So Berkeley Olson with the second block on the night for Yankton. And that will do it for the first 3 quarters on the Yankton Fox Stop scoreboard. Yankton leads 47-30. This is Gazelles basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll be back right after these messages.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Welcome back to Yankton Gazelle basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. With Katie and Trenton, I'm Michael Schumacher. As we enter the fourth quarter, Yankton leads 47-30 on the Fox Stop scoreboard. Again, Yankton basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We also want to thank our highlights sponsor, Larson Carpet, our replay sponsor, Yankton Winnelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. As Yankton will begin with the ball. The Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion starting lineup for the fourth quarter. September Rao, Kelson Wells, Jocelyn Elwood, Eden Wolfgram, and Nora Kraske. As Yankton does turn the ball over. And that'll be a foul on Jocelyn Elwood, her 3rd personal, team's first of the quarter. As that pass is stolen away, and that is on the floor. A nice job by Roosevelt to get possession. As Emma Adams gets it over to Henley Loof. Loof with the fadeaway jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebound, September Rao. Wolfgram for 3 from the left side, cannot get it to hit. Rebound there by Sioux Falls Roosevelt with 7:06 to go here in quarter number 4. They get it down low to Callie Harris. Turnaround cannot fall. And Rao with another rebound. Rao doesn't have a double of either one for a double-double, but she's close on both. I have her down for 8 points and 8 rebounds. Nice balanced game for September. Might be leading towards her for hot hand. As Rao for three. Drains it. She heard me. She decided she wanted to get those double-digit points. She now has 11 points on the night, making it 50-30 Yankton with 6.5 minutes to go. She is the second Gazelle in double figures. As Loof was hot in that first half, just hasn't been able to hit lately, just a little bit off. As Flores Delgado gets it down to Adams. Adams leaves it short. Really just her follow-through and her follow-through on those shots close up. It's the one thing probably holding her back, but she has all the skills as Eden Wolfgram comes down with it. With 5:51 to go, Yankton leads by 20. I don't know if they'll want to necessarily take their time. And is that going to be a foul on Caitlin Dewan? That'll be her first personal, I believe. It's Caitlin Dewan with her first personal. So Payson Saya Savan and 23 Avon Pasica check in for the Rough Riders as Emma Adams and Flores Delgado check out. So Yankton looking like they're going to get their 5th victory of the season as Wolfgram misses but gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Kraske for three, cannot quite connect. There's a steal for Kelson Wells. As Rao can't connect, but Adams with the rebound. 5:21 to go on the Fox Stop scoreboard. Up at the left hand is Loof, no good. Rebound Caitlin Dewan, and she is going to be fouled on the putback as she does not connect. That's going to be September Rao's third personal. That'll be Rao's third personal. As Jordan Cooter gets set to check back in. And Dewan cannot hit the first free throw. So checking in for September Rao and Nora Kraske are Jordan Cooter and Brenna Elwood. So Dewan, second free throw, that is up. And that one is nothing but net for Caitlin Dewan. She now has 3 points on the night. As Cooter brings the ball up the left side of the court. It's Brenna Elwood hits a cutting Jocelyn Elwood. Jordan Cooter can't quite connect. Jordan's just a little off tonight. And she's going to have those nights. We're so used to her being great in the last few weeks that I think we're just not used to seeing her miss. But that's going to be a foul on Kelson Wells. That's Wells' third personal. Team's third. As I believe that's Taya Dahman at the line. Makes her first one. Second free throw is up. And that will bounce off. But Callie Harris gets the rebound. It's knocked away by Elwood. As that was actually Avon Pasica with the free throws. It's going to be out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Again, 4:41 to go. Yankton leads by 18. So again, barring something unforeseen, should come away with the victory here. As Jordan Cooter gets it to Brenna. Brenna drives into the paint, up at the right hand. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Avon Pasica. Avon did get the block. As Emma Adams checks back in, she'll check in for Caitlin Dewan. And I'll admit, I wasn't sure what to expect from this Rough Riders team, 2-11 on the season, but I can see how they beat Harrisburg. They're a solid team that looks like they can get hot at times. So a team I think you're going to have to contend with for a couple years. Wolfgram for three, drains it. In Wolfgram from deep. That's her third three-pointer of the night. She now has 16 points on the evening. So Brenna Elwood gets a foul. As the Yankton Bucks lead at the half over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. There's a nice three-pointer for Henley Loof. There's a two-pointer for Yankton as, again, Loof hit her fourth three-pointer of the night. I missed a field goal by Elwood. She now has 8. And that was Callie Adams hitting that on the other end. Or Callie Harris, I apologize. And that ball is out of bounds off of Roosevelt. Yankton will retain possession. So Sabrina Kraske and Berkeley Olson both check in. Jordan Cooter decides not to take the three, drives in, lays it in, up and in for Jordan. Jordan now has 5 points on the night. Yankton now back to a 20-point lead. Luke gets it over to Dewan. Dewan on the left side, guarded by Kudera. Emma Adams for three. Off the front iron, rebound to Brenna Elwood. So Yankton with 2:38 to go, leads by 20. Dewan with a foul. As yes, Yankton leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt, one of the top 2-3 teams in AA. The boys up in Sioux Falls lead by 1, 39-38. As that foul was on Caitlin Dewan, her second team foul. As Kelson Wells gets it over to Jordan Kudera. That'll be out of bounds off of Roosevelt. So Addison Muth checks in. I had the opportunity to interview with Madison a couple of weeks ago. She's a delight. I really enjoy her. As that ball comes down into the hands of Caitlin Dewan. As Saya Savan lays that up for two. So those are Saya Savan's first points of the night. 57-39, Yankton with the lead. As Sabrina Kraske gets over to Kudera for three. Finally gets one to rattle in again. As Jordan's been just off by an inch or two here and there. Gets that one to rattle in. It's 60-39 now. Yankton with their biggest lead of the game. So Adams for two there. She now has 6 points on the night. As Yankton's going to sub out a few more. So Isabel Sheldon checks in. And I was impressed with Isabel during that sophomore game. So I'm excited to see what she does here. And then Olivia Woods also checks in. So it's Sabrina Kraske, Berkeley Olson, Addison Muth. Again, Isabel Sheldon and Olivia Woods. There's another 2 points for Yankton as Berkeley Olson gets another 2 points. Yankton leads by 21 with 40 seconds to go. Rebound into the hands of Sabrina Kraske. Yankton will just bring the ball up. About 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball's in the hands of Addison Muth. I say Kennedy Muth impressed me as well in that sophomore game. So excited to see. If you're a Gazelles fan, a lot of great youth coming up. 20 seconds to go. Yankton really just going to dribble it out, I believe. As that'll be a jump ball created by Callie Adams. Oh, no, that's going to be a foul on Callie Adams, and that'll be her 5th. So Emma Adams checks back in for the Rough Riders. 13.6 seconds to go, as now the shot clock is off, as Berkeley Olson has the ball at midcourt. 7 seconds. There's a steal by Saya Savan. And Saya Savan misses, rebound misses, and that is the way it will end. So Yankton Gazelles with a nice, convincing 62-41 victory over the Rough Riders. We'll be back with our First Dakota National Bank postgame show as, again, the Yankton Gazelles win 62-41 on the Fox Top scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on Yankton Streaming on YouTube.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
Welcome back to Yankton Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Trenton and Katie, as you're now watching the First Dakota National Bank postgame show, where on the Fox Stop scoreboard, Yankton wins 62-41. Again, Yankton, this is now their 5th victory on the season. 4th win in their last 7 games. So you really feel a sense of momentum coming through for this team. So let's take a look at this game right now. As Yankton was led in scoring by Eden Wolfgram with 16 points, 11 for September Rao, 9 for Nora Kraske, 8 for Jordan Kudera, 7 for Kelson Wells and Jocelyn Elwood, 2 for Berkeley Olson, and 2 for Brenna Elwood. So really balanced scoring for this team. Really balanced game for the Gazelles. You know, we're supposed to give a hot hand of the game brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Kaiser Heating and Cooling is Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street in Yankton. You know, I'm thinking with the hot hand, what I like is I'm going to pick September Rao. Not the leading scorer, but I think the leading rebounder on the team. She also had 3 assists. She played some great defense. Just a steady influence out there for this team. So September Rao is our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hand of the game. Again, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street in Yankton. Again, as they are announcing them to clear the gym floors, part of why we're on a different side tonight is because they want to be able to clear out those bleachers and get them pulled back as quickly as possible, because the big Yankton Invite starts tomorrow. That is a girls-only tournament tomorrow, I believe, and then boys on Saturday. And just congratulations to the Yankton Bucks as they had their first winning dual record in, I think, 15, 16 years, something like that, since 2011, I believe. So maybe 14 years. But congratulations to Coach Coyle and the team for such great improvement. Again, here as the final, Yankton 62-41. When we come back, we're going to take a look around the state. Brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, as we go beyond the game and look around the state. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
All right.
Hi, it's
basketball brought to
Hi, it's Linda.
I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Katie and Trenton as the Yankton Gazelles win 62-41. Let's take a look around other games around the state as Zach Spear has the call elsewhere here on Yankton Streaming. If you want to go to that or just finished and listened to us, I'll give you an update. It's 29-32. The Riders lead Yankton. But, man, that is a great, great start for Yankton in the first half, as that is now in the third quarter. As Yankton came into that game, really, if there were betting odds in Vegas, probably an underdog, I think you'd have to say. All right, sounds good. As we get our coach here for a coach's interview, I need to make sure we unmute this, because we want to hear what she says. That'd be bad if we didn't, so. Yep. Oh, you can sit here. You can have my chair. So, Coach, well, this is our first time. How you doing? You can't. Well, you're gonna have to, I think, just hear me through here with these. So how you doing tonight? That was, just a nice win, a complete win. We have this thing called the hot hand of the game, and really, it was so hard to say who the hot hand was. Eden had a nice game. September came on, really complete game, almost a double-double in rebounds and scoring. But then you had 7 from Jocelyn, 9 from Nora, 8 from Jordan, 7 from Kelson. Kelson played some really nice defense out there as well. So really hard to say who the player of the game was, which is a good thing for you guys. That means everyone's doing their job. Exactly, and I think I might have muted you there. Let's try it. And that is a team win, and so really excited to see what this team can do. So now 4-3 in their last 7. That's exciting. As a team as young as you guys, you have to be excited for what that can bring. Well, and everybody is just, honestly, everybody looks like they're having fun. And the number of times that you saw a selfless play out there, and not that I ever thought I saw a selfish play, but just the number of times that you really saw that extra pass, like, oh, that's what got that person open. That's the big difference even maybe between last year to this year, or the first part of this year to now. Well, and the future is bright. And I guess another thing that I was really impressed by is, Roosevelt had you guys outsized. I mean, a 6'3", 6 foot, 6'1", and right away it looked like that was going to be a difference because Callie Harris was able. Callie Harris. I confused Callie Harris and Emma Adams all night, but Callie Harris was able to kind of just do her thing down there. Adams was doing her thing. Then you had Lou shooting from the outside, but then all of a sudden, it felt like your girls were able to figure out how they needed to get positioning for rebound, and all of a sudden Harris became much less of a factor. Was that something you guys talked about? Well, it really was. And you talked about getting out, and Loof hit 3 early threes. And then it wasn't really like she went cold. She wasn't getting open looks. So you guys were managing somehow to not only still defend the inside against the bigs, but you were not allowing Loof that shooting on the outside. That's quite a feat. Usually you're getting one or the other. And so obviously you guys have you guys still have some tough games coming up, but you have, as you look at that schedule, not winnables, and I think winnables are huge. And when you get a team as young as you guys, with that confidence and with that optimism and hope can do so much. So you guys have a week off, a little over a week. That allows you rest, recuperation, practice. And I know practice is huge, but then you have Rapid City coming in next week. And I know some people are like, if we go 1-1, I kind of feel like the way you guys are playing, I could almost say, it'd be nice to go 2-0. Well, exactly. So you have confidence, you improve your seed point standings, which all of a sudden, you start looking at that. And if you get up to 10, 11, your opponent becomes much less formidable than an O'Gorman or a Brandon Valley. It becomes much more winnable. And again, if you guys have momentum, it's going to be huge. Now, before I let you go, we always talk about varsity, but I called the second half of the JV game, and I'm just going to tell you some of the players I saw. Hopefully, I have the right ones. But Jaslyn Romero, wow, 8th grader, great ball handler. I mean, that's why I wasn't quite sure. I'm like, some great ball skills, and just a great eye, great movement out there, great distributing. It was Isabel Sheldon, and she got in towards the end here, but I was impressed with her. And Kennedy Muth, really 3 players I saw out there, and I thought, okay, you're talking to 2 8th graders and a sophomore. I'm thinking, I know we lose some talent as seniors this year, but you feel like, okay, now we've got, I feel like you're seeing some girls right there that can step up, maybe try to get some JV and maybe bench action on the varsity. Am I just being a wide-eyed optimist, or is Gazelles, the future of Gazelles basketball, looking pretty good? Well, it really is. It's a fun time to be calling some Gazelles basketball. So, Coach, I'll let you go. It's been a long night, but thank you so much for coming up, and go Gazelles. Thank you. All right. Well, that's Coach Heider with us as the Yankton Gazelles win a very convincing victory tonight, 62-41 over Sioux Falls Roosevelt. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll be back. We'll be back with a look around the state as the Yankton Bucks are in action right now in Sioux Falls as well. And so we want to give you a score update there. In fact, we'll just keep it here. We won't go anywhere for a 30-second timeout, as right now it is in Bucks territory, 37-44. So the Riders extending that lead a little bit. That is at the end of the third quarter, but a 7-point deficit. If you're a Bucks fan, you got to say, you know what, we can live with that for now. See if we can make some hay in the fourth quarter. So let's take a look around the state of South Dakota. Brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort. Girls AA, of course, Yankton victory. Brookings leading Sioux Falls Lincoln 37-11, and Sioux Falls Washington leading Watertown 27-11. In Class A, the Vermilion Tanagers beat Gayville Vollen 65-43. Movage Pollock leading Belfouche. Clark Willow Lake leading Sisseton. Lennox beats Baltic. Groton area defeats Dual. Dual will be the Tanagers' opponent on Saturday in Madison at the DAC-12 NEC Clash. All right, and then so in boys Class A, Vermilion leads Gayville-Vollen. It was at the half, 49-20. Vermilion, one of the top teams in Class A, kind of expected that, but Gayville-Vollen giving them a fight. And in boys Class AA, this is the only game, the Yankton Sioux Falls Roosevelt game. It's a makeup from earlier in the season. Is the only game going on right now. And again, 37-44, Yankton trails at the quarter. All right, well, for Katie and for Trenton, I'm Michael Schumacher. This has been Yankton Gazelles basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Again, on the Fox Stop scoreboard, Yankton wins 62-41. Go ahead and go watch that final quarter of the Bucks game. We will talk to you next time.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full service